Oh, you think? No? Okay. Okay. We'll do Chumash. You tell me if you remember
Chumash.
after. Okay, here we go. Chamishi. And Chamishi is a little bit long, so let's go. Page 41. The Torah returns to the events of the first day of the previous month, Nisan 2449, which was the first day that the tabernacle began functioning officially. On this special day, the tribal princes donated 6 wagons for the use of the Levites to transport the components of the tabernacle, and they also pledged a set of sacrifices to inaugurate the altar. The sacrifice of all 12 princes were identical. The Torah enumerates them all separately nonetheless. Here we go, 41. And it was B'yem Kalis Moshe, on the day that Moshe finished L'alkim es HaMishkan, to erect the Mishkan, and he anointed a Vekadesh Yosef Kalkilov, and he sanctified it, and with all its vessels, and the altar and all its vessels, he anointed and sanctified all those. He sanctified them, and he sanctified the Mishkan and the vessels, and the altar and all its vessels. He also anointed and sanctified them. Says Rashi, Vayi b'yem kalais Moshe, the day that Moshe finished the written way of kalais is kalas. Kalas is like kala, because the day of erecting the Mishkan in a way is like the day the Jewish people were like a bride entering the chuppah. The tabernacle is like their chuppah, and God's the groom, and we're the bride. Yeah. Kalos Moshe finished. So it's funny is we know pretty well that Bitzalel and Eliyav and all the wise men made the Mishkan, and the verse expended, kind of attributes it to Moshe. Why? Moshe finished the tabernacle. I mean, technically he was putting it up and on. So the answer is that since Moshe really expended great effort to see that every detail was exactly as God showed him on Mount Sinai, to instruct the craftsman, he did not err even in one shape. So we find with David that since he expended great effort for the construction of the Holy Temple, although Solomon actually built it, Hashem said, as it says, "O Eternal, remember to David's merit all his affliction, how he swore to Hashem that I won't enter my house, I won't lie down until I find a place for Hashem." That's why it's called See Your House, David, the Beis Hamikdash. Although he did not build it, it is attributed to his name.
Because of that statement he said?
Yeah. Yom Kalis Moshe Hakim. On the day when Moshe finished erecting. It does not say on the day Moshe erected. This teaches us that during the entire 7 days of consummation, the day of prepping the temple, the tabernacle, Moshe would put it up, put it down.
Where are you reading?
I'm reading 42, middle Rashi. It therefore says it could have said the day he erected it. Why does it say the day he finished erecting it? Because he was actually doing it 7 times, up and down, erect, put down. And the final day of all this putting up, down was the first of Nisan, and he did it. On the 2nd day, the red cow was burned. The 3rd day, the Levites were sprinkled with the holy waters. And the 7th day, they were all shaven to become Levi process. We'll get to that later, I guess. The princes of Israel, the heads of their father's house, presented their offerings. Hein, they were the leaders of the tribes, They were the ones who were present during the counting. The leaders of Israel, they offered a gift. These are the same leaders who were counted the Jews with Moshe. They were the leaders of the tribes. They were also the overseers over them in Egypt. And they were beaten on account of the Jews because they were given a certain quota of bricks, and if their underlings didn't do it, they got the blowback. Wow. But they willingly took the blows, instead of their underlings.
Wow.
They're the ones that stood upon the counted ones. They stood with Moshe and Aaron when they counted the children of Israel. As it says, with you in the counting shall be one man for each tribe. They brought their offering before Hashem. 6 covered wagons and 12 oxen. Agola, a wagon, a wagon for each 2 princes, and an ox for each one. They present them in front of the Mishkan.
I don't understand that translation with the tzav. It shouldn't be modifying agalot, right?
Yeah. Eglois tzav, covered wagons that are covered. Rashi comments on that.
The grammar is puzzling. Okay.
I don't know Hebrew grammar really well. Sheish eglois tzav, ein tzav ela mechupim. Tzav means covered, mechupim. We see this in Yeshaya, in Samach Vav Chaf, uvatzab maprodim, covered wagons and mules. Covered wagons are called tzabim. Okay. Brought them up to the front of the dwelling. Moshe did not accept them from them until he was told to by Hashem. Rabbi Nosson said, what made the leaders contribute here first? In the service of the Mishkan, they didn't contribute first. If you know, when the collection drive, they gave the last. They gave the gems. But here, they're the first. We're going to give trucks, wagons to the Mishkan. So because earlier they said, the famous thing, they said, Yisnadu tzibur mash yisnadu, mash mechasin on mashlimim. Let the people give what they can give, and there'll be a shortfall. We'll pay the shortfall. Once they saw the people were so eager to give, they gave, and it was once they saw that the congregation, the people gave, they paid everything. There's no room. There's nothing left for them. What are we going to do? We're going to be left out. We didn't give anything. We missed this historic opportunity to participate in the collection drive. So they brought the shoham stones for the ephod and the breastplate. Therefore, they contributed. Here they contributed first.
They learned a lesson.
Yeah. Take from them, and let them be used in the service of the tent of meeting. Shall give them to the Levites, every man according to each man's work. So Moshe took the wagons and the cattle, and he gave it to the Levites. Zion, he gave 2 wagons, and 4 oxen. The son of the Gershon, he gave it to the children of Gershon, according to their work. 2 wagons, 4 oxen to the sons of Gershon. Because they had the heaviest load. They had no, not the heaviest. They had 2 wagons. That was because they had the medium load. Kfi Avodas is Rashi, because the load of Gershon was easier than Merari, because they would carry, the Merari people would carry the beams, the pillars, bases, which is heavier than the curtains and the drapes. He gave 4 wagons and 8 oxen to the sons of Merari according to their work. In the hand of Isamar, the son of Aaron HaKohen. Tes v'lovnei Linosan. But to the sons of Gahas he did not give. Ki avodas hakodesh aleim makasev yiso. For the holy service, they carried it by shoulder. Ki avodas hakodesh, on the holy service, Masa Dvar Kedusha, the burden of carrying the holy articles, the ark, the table, no one, they weren't allowed to use a wagon, they carried by shoulder. Yod.
But it carried itself. Right?
Yeah, but
On their shoulders.
right. I mean by shoulder. Yod. The leaders, they now brought offerings for the dedication of the altar. In the day that it was anointed. They inaugurated it with the first sacrifices. And the princes presented their offerings in front of the altar. Says Rashi, leaders then brought the dedication of the altar. After they contributed the wagons and the oxen to carry the dwelling, they were inspired to contribute the offerings of the altar to dedicate it. So once they gave gift 1, they wanted to give gift 2, the sacrifices, the first ones. They brought them near, waiting for Hashem to agree to it. It says the problem is the verse says it twice. They brought it. So they brought it, waiting for Hashem to authorize it. It's okay for them to bring it. One nasi, one leader, one chieftain each day. One chieftain each day. They shall present his offering for the dedication of the altar. Okay. They should bring the offerings for the dedication of the altar. Moshe did not yet know how they would bring their offerings in the order of their birth, or in the order of their journeying formation. Until he was told by Hashem, they shall offer it according to the journey formation, each one on his day. Because you can go by birth order, you can go by Yehuda, Shimon, Yisachar, Zvulun, Ruvain, going to the way they journeyed. So it turns out the way they journeyed was the way they brought it. Yud Beis. The one who brought the first day, his sacrifice, Nachshon from Yehuda's tribe. Says Rashi, there's 10 good things happened that day at the Al Sivan. There was a whatever, I don't know what to mention here. Why mention the day again? Because the day was a really great day. A lot of great firsts happened that day. Lamat Yehuda, by the tribe of Judah, it's not saying he brought it, he collected money to buy a sheep and bring it from the people. He gave it himself. He gave it himself. The why you mentioning, how do you know? So it says, this is the Karban of Nachshon. At the end, I think, yeah. It's confusing. Did Nachshon bring it on behalf of everybody? Everybody gave a quarter and then he bought a sheep? Or did he pay for it as a representative? And he's just saying he's of the tribe. He paid for it on behalf of the tribe. Turns out he paid for it on behalf of the tribe, but we end off saying it's his karban. Yud Gimel Karbanai Karas Kesef Hashleishim Yad Mishkal Zmigachad Kesef Shimshak Mishal Kodesh. His offering was one silver ball weighing 130 shekel. Karbanai Karas Kesef Achas. It was one silver ball. Shleishim Omeya Mishkal 130 shekel was its weight. Mizrak Yachad Kesef, one ball that was silver. Shimshak Mishal Kodesh 70 shekel weight. Shnayim Elohim, both filled with oil mixed with flour for a meal offering. It was a bowl, so it wasn't just animals; it was grain as well. Shnayim Elohim Selis Minchas Adav as a voluntary meal offering. Yidalid Kaf Hachas Asadazam like it is 1 spoon weighing 10 shekel of gold filled with incense. Asadazav Kidar Gumay, the gold means at the weight of 10 silver holy shekels. It was golden, but the measurement was silver shekels. Whenever find else incense brought for an individual or an outer altar, except for this one. It was a one-time ruling. One young bull, one ram in its first year for a burnt offering. One young bull, the most special one it's heard. One young he-goat for a sin offering. And for the peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs in their first year, 5. This is karban achsham. 1 young goat is a sin offering. This is to atone for any possible impurity, similar to a grave in the depths. On the second day, Nisan the son of Tzuar, the Sachar of the. Hey, it's his turn. It's already 20 minutes.
But
you started?
I didn't get my turn because it's not working.
Oh.
I tried downloading
So watch
it.
together.
Internet.
How about you watch?
No, watch this.
Oh,
it's not.
So watch it.
I can't.
Why is it not working?
It's not.
As soon as you take it out and you do it again. Let's see.
Hi, Nelson. Is that you? I'm waiting for a letter. Is that Shmuley too? Hi, Shmuley.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, I got your letter, but I can't find it.
Oh, but you can still write me.
I don't know what.
All right.
I don't know what to answer.
Okay.
Watch together. Shmuley. Okay. Yudches. Bayim Hashini, Hikriv Nisanel ben Suar. Nisanel, the son of Tzuar, brought this as the leader of Yisachar, Nasi Yisachar. Yudches. Hikriv es korbanoi kares kesef achas. He brought his offering of 1 silver ball. Shalishim umeya mishkala, 130 its weight. Mizrak echad kesef, 1 bowl of silver, shivim shekel b'shagad. There's a 70 shekel, holy shekel weight. Shnei yemelayim, 2 filled. Soiles, b'lava shemcha, filled with oil, the flour and oil, as a meal offering. Yes, Pesach David.
There's 5 aliyahs for laning, right?
Yes.
So, and there's 5 carbones in the last puff. Is that connected?
5, Cargo?
You read?
Did it count at 5?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
could be. I
it's-
don't
it's
have that.
5 rams.
I have no idea. I
5
don't think so. Not offhand, maybe
Okay.
indirectly, maybe.
Okay.
All right. Hikriv Nisam and Sur. It says twice. Nisanel brought. Just he brought. He brought. Why is it repeated a second time? And this is only by this leader, not by any other leader. So the answer is because Reuven came and complained about this order. He says, not fair. It's enough that Yehuda came first because Yehuda became the leader tribe. But me, I'm at least the second. I'm the eldest. I should go second. So Moshe said, I hear you, but Hashem commanded to be this way, that they should bring it not by birth order, but by flag formation. That's what it says. He brought his carbon without a yud. That it's because yud hikrev hakrev in the command. Lashon Sivoy command that from Hashem he's commanded, bring. Umau hikrev hikrev. Why is hikrev brought stated twice? On account of two things, Yisachar merited to be the second of the tribes to bring his offering. One was because they're so that explains why you say hikr without a yud, because you want a double meaning. Bring and better go bring it. Hashem said go bring it this way. But why twice? Because it alludes to two reasons that Yisachar came first. One was that they knew Torah. They were very scholarly. And one was that they gave advice to they gave this idea. Remember, this wasn't a command that the leaders had to bring the wagons or the karbanes. It was all spontaneous. They wanted themselves. But they actually got the idea from the tribe of Yisachar. And this is in the Yesod, I guess, the dictionary of Yosha, the teachings of Moshe Darshan, Amar Pinchas Ben Yair, and Isam and Tzur, he gave this idea. Karas Kesef, a silver spoon. A silver spoon, the numerical value of the letters of these words is 930, corresponding to the years of the life of the first man. 930 is Adam's. So what's saying? This is all from Moshe Darshan, these gematrias. Because usually Rashi, if you notice, Rashi typically does not bring gematria. Not typically. Rashi doesn't bring anything unless it is utilized to explain the meaning, the basic narrative of the Torah, or the questions that you wonder about words, or funny, placement of verses, or just things that don't make sense. So why is he telling us this bonus stuff? Very nice, but it's gematria. It's not essential, seemingly, to understand the narrative. So the reason is, says the Mizrahi in the bottom, because why are you telling me the weights of all these things? Who cares? Why is the Torah telling us the weight? You want to say they brought a meal offering with gold balls? Wonderful. I have to know the weight of it. Why is it? It wasn't like the weight which was used to, make a menorah. It became a luxury item they used in the temple, but it wasn't an essential. So why tell me the weight? So that's why he brings the gematria, that unspoken question. He brings the that unspoken question. That's why he has to bring gematria. There has to be some meaning. It's giving the details of the weights. It alludes to some big things in history. Okay, Shloishim Ameh Mishkal, 130 was his weight. This is an account of the fact that when Adam bore offspring to maintain the existence of the world, he was 130 years old. It says Adam lived 130 years and he fathered. Mizrak Echad Kesev, one silver sprinkling bowl. The Gematria Taf Kuf Chaf. The three words together have the numerical value of 520. 520 is Noach, that he's 500 when he had kids. Have we watched together now? Why not? Okay. One silver bowl. The silver bowl was on account of the numerical value of 520. It was an account of Noah, who was 500 years old when he had offspring, and an account of the 20 years and the decree of the flood was pronounced for the birth of his offering. As I explained regarding this, the time that will be given him is 120 years. Therefore says, it does not say one bowl. It tells letters of Echad are also included in the reckoning. That's why it says in a funny grammar, one bowl of silver. To tell you the words echad also get counted for the gematria. 70 shekel, 70 nations of the world that came out from Noah. $50. Kafachas asar zav like teres, 1 spoon of weighing 10 shekel, gold of weighing 10 shekel, filled with incense. Rashi, 1 spoon. This corresponds to the Torah that's given from his hand, from a God's hand. Kaf also means a hand, a palm. Asar zav, 10 commandments. Malayak teres, filled incense. Gemativ teres, incense is 613. As long as you do a little bit of code. The kuf is a dalid, and the kuf is to be a dalid because it's a atbash gar dak. Atbash is a code of last letter substitute for the first letter, and the second to last and the second to first are substituted. Okay, next one. One bull, young bull, 1 ram, 1 lamb in the first year of his burnt offering. Parachad, 1 young bull. This is Keneged Avram Shem Rabbi. He took calves. Ayel Echad, 1 ram. This is Keneged Yitzchak, because it says he took 1 ram. Keves Echad, 1 lamb. This corresponds to Yaakov. Yaakov separated the sheep. Chabez, 1 young he-goat for a sin offering. A he-goat, this is to atone for Yosef. They slaughtered a goat, dipped his tunic in blood. And for the peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 lambs, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs. So this is the offering of Nisanel ben Sur, Rashi. 2 bulls, that's Moshe and Aaron. That they made peace in Israel. They were shlomim, they were peaceful. They made peace in God and the Jewish people. Rams, he-goats, and lambs. 3 species corresponding to priests, Leviim, and Yisraelim. Interesting. Also, the Torah is Torah Nevi'im Kesuvim. Also, these 5. So there's 5. Are there 5? The 5 books of the Torah. And the 5, so you got 3. You got the categories, which is showing Kol Nevi Yisrael or Tanakh, Torah Nevi'im Ketuvim. 5 is because there's 5 books, 5 commandments on one tablet, and 5 commandments on the other tablet. This is all till end quote from Yesod the Moshe Darshan. On the 3rd day, the tribe of the leader of Zvulun, Eliyav ben Chilon. I'm just going to say it quickly because it's repeating itself. On the 3rd day was the leader. On the 3rd day, the leader who brought the offering was the sons of Zvulun, and so with all of them. But Nisana, we said, by the past one, it said Hikriv, he brought it close. Why are you saying the verb, he brought it close? So we said why you say that, but then he says, here it's the Nasi of the tribe, there it says Nasi Yisachar, the leader, Yisachar leader. Because we mentioned his name and his offerings, so Um, so it's a question of a lamed. Why is there lamed all the tribes besides Yisachar? Nasi li, or just Nasi, the name. And the reason is because by Yisachar we mentioned that he brought it. So you don't have to say he brought it for them. You say he brought it for them. So when you mention his name, you don't have to say it's on their behalf. Because we said that already, I think. Okay. Regarding the others, however, who doesn't say Hikriv, you have to say the form, the leader of the tribe, that he brought it for the people, on behalf of the people. Okay. Kaf Hey, Kabarne Karas Kesef Achash Leishim Mishkalam Mizruk Echad Kesef Shiv Mishem Shalei Shnei Amilayim Sailas Lov Hashem Cham Chav Zvav Kaf Achas Asar Zam Lekteres Chav Zayin Par Echad Mem Bakara Yol Echad Kevesa Chav Mishal Zela Chav Chas Yirzim Echad Echad Zaz Zav Chashim Bakashem Edim Chamisha Kevazim Shnei Chamisha Zeh Karman Aliv and Chilain Lamed Bayayim Hanavi in the fourth day Nasi Livnei the Ruvain the tribe of the leader of Ruvain Alitzur ben Shteyur, Karbana, Karas Kesef Achash, Tishim Meyam Mishkola, Mizruk Echad Kesef. On the fourth day, the chieftain was the sons of Ruvain, Alitzur ben Shteyur, Karbana, Karas Kesef Achas. His carbon was, Tishim Meyam Mishkola, Mizruk Echad Kesef. Shivim shekel b'shekel kadesh neyem elayim sailas b'lav Hashem mincha. Lamed beis kaf achas azara zaha melei kateres. Lamed gimel par echad ben bakara yil echad keves echad ben shnosai leila. Series Lamed daled series zim echad chadas lamed ela zevach hashnim bakar shnayim elim chamisha tudim chamisha kivasim ben shana chamisha. Zeh korban Alitzur ben Shteyur Lamed Vav Bayim HaChamishi Nasi Livnei Shemoin Shlumiel ben Tzrishadai. Shlumiel is Tzrishadai for Shimon's the leader of Shimon. Lamed Zayin Karbana Karas Kesef Achas Shleishim Umeyam Mishkalam Mizrak Echad Kesef Shivim Shekel b'Shekel HaKadosh Shenayim Elayim Sailas Lav Hashem Mincha Kaf Achas Asaz Magderes Parechad ben Bakara Yelechad Keves Echad men Shazeh Leila Sirizim Echad Achadaz Ulezevach Hashlim Akar Shnayim Echadim Chamisha Adim Chamisha Kevasim Eshna Chamisha Zer Karban Shlomiyer ben Tzrei Shadoi.